Chapter 59. Plotting to leave. Elder Unliving Man, you're coming with us. Gu Hai looked at the unliving person expectantly said. Unshengren, but quietly looked at the hairpin. Did not pay attention. The crowd patiently waiting for the Unshengren in. After a while, the unliving person shook his head and said, No, the road I'm going to take. You guys can't go. HMM. Gu Hai looked at the unliving person in puzzlement. Taking a deep breath, the unliving person turned his head to look at the Grand Elder. Grand Elder, these 800 years, I have done enough for the Game Heaven Pavilion. But this is far less than what I have lost. The girl can't die in vain. No one can kill her. I'm leaving. Unshengren said, with a chilling killing aura in his tone. The Great Elder was silent for a good while, and finally said with a long sigh, It's okay. These years, you have done enough for my Game Heaven Pavilion. What do you need? What I can give you, do my best. No need. The Unshengren shook his head. As he shook his head, the void in front of him trembled slightly. Buzz. It was as if a ripple was created, rippling out gusts of imaginary lines, which bulged and immediately formed a force of impact in general. Rumble. Countless cultivators stepped aside under this force of impact. The uninitiated took a step and instantly crossed into the rippling void, following which they disappeared. The void slowly regained its calm, and everything returned to its original state. Only the figure of the unliving person was missing. If it wasn't for the traces left behind by the surrounding mountain and forest animals that had withered and died, it was as if the unliving man had never appeared. What kind of tactic is this? Gu Hai looked at Chen Chonchen in surprise. Chen Chonchen faintly burst into a bitter smile and shook his head, indicating that he didn't understand. This was inexplicably gone. Rumble. As Gu Hai left the high altitude, the Ninth Duke led a large number of Yichon Pavilion disciples to seize the high altitude and dominate the 100 longevity peach tree area. Grand Elder, I've offended a lot this time. Farewell. Gu Hai opened his mouth. Still wrapped in his black robe, the Grand Elder stared at Gu Hai for a while, took a deep breath, and ultimately did not pursue anything. Who are you? Gu Hai maneuvered 1,000 troops to fly towards a forest all of a sudden. Countless cultivators stared in that direction, until the forest, boom. The endless clouds and the 1,000 armies suddenly disappeared as Gu Hai and his group hid in the forest. The three of them quickly traveled through the forest, with the trees covering them. It was difficult for outsiders to see the whereabouts of the three of them, and of course, no one dared to take a peek at this time. Helmsman, aren't we leaving? What else do we have to look for? Chen Chonchen curiously said. It's impossible to leave. Gu Hai shook his head and said. Huh. Chen Chonchen was puzzled. The helmsman just told the unliving man to leave together. He was preparing to borrow the unliving man's momentum to leave. But unfortunately, the unliving man inexplicably disappeared, so we can only leave on our own. But, do you think we can still leave now? Gao Xianzi shook his head and said, What do you guys mean? Someone has already started blocking us now. Chen Chanchen's face changed. Not bad. Our earlier commotion was too great, not counting that 100 longevity peach in a helmsman's hand. It was the earlier great battle. How many cultivators were either injured or died under the thousands of troops? At this moment, their friends and relatives, are they not prepared to take revenge? In the innate remnant realm, the Helm Master has thousands of troops and horses. No one can do anything to us. But what about outside the innate remnant realm? Gao Xianzi explained. Chen Chanchen's eyelids fluttered furiously. Indeed, just a moment ago, there was already a large number of cultivators running to the entrance and exit of the heavenly remnant realm. The entrance place was already lined up with cultivators, just waiting for Gu Hai and his party to go out and send themselves to their deaths to avenge their previous great hatred. But luckily, we've completed our mission, Gu Hai laughed. Helmsman, this is what my subordinate searched on Meng Tai when he was escorting him just now. Gao Xianzi probed his hand and handed out a token. The token was very similar to Gu Hai's rudder token, except that the liquid droplet pattern on the top had been replaced with a pattern of earth and stone. The Earth Rudder's Rudder Master token. Chen Chanshan's eyes lit up. Gu Hai nodded and took it. Gao Xianzi was a spiritually awake person. Gu Hai could guess the deep meaning of Gu Hai's order with a single command, making Gu Hai very satisfied. Meng Tai is dead. This token space should be able to reopen, Chen Chanshan said with a hint of anticipation. Gu Hai dripped a drop of blood onto it, and instantly, a small space Tenjong square was once again sensed. Within the small space, there were 100 top-grade spirit stones and a few hundred lower-grade spirit stones. There were also a large number of pills placed inside some bottles and jars, as well as some medicinal herbs and some miscellaneous items. Gu Hai quickly took out the internal things and placed them into his water rudder token. Boom! Gu Hai used his true qi to wipe away his own blood from the token. Gao Xianzi, this token, you use it for now. The internal things. I didn't take all of them. I left 10 pieces of top-grade spirit stones for you. Use them yourself first. Gu Hai handed the token to Gao Xianzi. Yes, thank you, helmsman, Gao Xianzi said excitedly. A trace of envy flashed in Chen Chanshan's eyes. Chen Chanshan, here are 10 top-grade spirit stones. Keep them for yourselves. You worked hard earlier. Gu Hai handed out 10 spirit stones. Thank you, helmsman. Chen Chanshan instantly received it with joy. Rudder Master, how are we going to get out now? Gao Xianzi was worried. Don't be in a hurry. Stall for 2 days first. Gu Hai's eyes narrowed slightly as he stared at the large number of cloud beasts high in the sky. Sure enough, a large number of cultivators were already standing guard outside the innate remnant realm at this moment. Gu Hai and the others are coming out. Watch closely. HMPH, my senior brother, was thrown down by him from a height of 10,000 feet, although he saved my senior brother. But my senior brother broke his leg. This revenge must be avenged. Avenge my ass. I think you guys want that 100 longevity peach, right? So what if I do? Aren't you? No matter what. That Gu Hai won't be able to escape. Outside, in the blink of an eye, there were already nearly 1,000 cultivators surrounding the area. Moreover, as soon as someone came out, a group of people rushed up in a swarm, carefully checking to see if it was Gu Hai, Chen Chanshan, or Gao Xianzi. In the innate remnant realm, you Gu Hai are powerful, but what about when you come out? We've all recovered our cultivation. What else can you do? Besides, after coming out, the cloud beasts are useless. What else do you, Gu Hai, have to rely on? Countless cultivators focused on the entrance place, waiting for Gu Hai's group to come out. And at this moment, within the innate remnant realm, in the middle of a cave, Chen Chanshan and Gao Xianzi watched as Gu Hai took out a large amount of spirit stones and lined them up in a pit pool. Helmsman, what are you doing? Chen Chanshan said in disbelief. Remember the spirit spring we dipped in not so long ago? Gu Hai explained. Of course I remember. Wasn't it the countless spiritual qi condensed by the formation in Elder Chess Watcher's magic treasure? Chen Chanshan said in disbelief. It's this formation, Gu Hai said. Oh, Chen Chanshan's eyes lit up. I don't have the kung fu to wait for the grand formation to take a year to condense the aura anymore. So I'll use a spirit stone instead and extract the aura in the stone to try it out, Gu Hai said. Many thanks, Helm Master. The duo immediately said excitedly. A formation for creating a spirit spring. The Helm Master actually even informed himself of this formation. The duo silently memorized the rows in the formation. When everything was lined up, Gu Hai slowly sat down and pushed his true qi in his hands violently. Boom! In the pool of water, rolling aura steeply emerged. It's out. The aura is out, Chen Chanshan said excitedly. Buzz! A large amount of aura rushed straight into Gu Hai's body. Try it together, Gu Hai said. Yes. The two entered the pool together. Rumble. A large amount of aura rushed straight into the three of them. At the same time, there was also a large amount of spiritual chi slowly dissipating in general. After all, it was not a magic treasure left behind by the old man of chess watching. It could not lock the spiritual chi. The three of them sat for 2 days. Boom boom. Aside from Chen Chonchen, Gao Xianzi, and Gu Hai all had breakthroughs. 5th level of the innate realm. Gu Hai's eyes lit up and clenched his fist. Gao Xianzi and Chen Chonchen also woke up one after another as the aura in the pool was no longer there. Chen Chonchen's face stiffened for a moment as he said, 49 top-grade spirit stones and 100 lower-grade spirit stones, and they're gone after just 1 day of use. Not enough, Gu Hai laughed. This is too much of a waste. The cultivation just now. With this many spirit stones, I could cultivate for a long time. This formation doesn't seem to be too useful. Chen Chonchen laughed bitterly. For me, however, it is very useful. Gu Hai laughed. The spirit stones left behind by Meng Tai, Gu Hai used half of them at once. Regarding the spirit stones, Gu Hai didn't care. It was just like money. To Gu Hai, who had long looked down on money, it couldn't attract Gu Hai at all. What was money? That was a tool. That was just a tool to make oneself stronger. Now that he had become stronger, the money spent was worth more than anything else. Helmsman, do we need to do it again? Gao Xianzi said with some anticipation. Come again. This is too much of a loser, isn't it? Chen Chonchen laughed bitterly. Thinking of being a loser, Chen Chonchen realized that he was also quite a loser. Earlier the 100 longevity peach, he just ate it in 1 bite. No, the rest of the spirit stones are to be used to clear the way for us and send us back to the 9F. I violence, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Oh, Gao Xianzi's eyes lit up. Send us back to the 9-5 islands with spirit stones. How is this going to be sent? Do we have to hire those people who are blocking us? Chen Chonchen said in disbelief. That's right. It's to have the people blocking the entrance send us back to the 9-5 islands. Gu Hai laughed. How is that possible, Brother Master? Earlier we were enemies of the world. They hated us to death. Although there are more of these spirit stones, there are even more of them. It's simply impossible to bribe them all. Besides, the helmsman has the 100 longevity peach. They'd love to snatch us up, so why would they send us back to the 9-5 islands? It would be good if they don't kill us. I guess that at this moment, there are at least close to 10,000 people waiting for us at the entrance. Chen Chonchen laughed bitterly. If I say they will send us back to the 9-5 islands, then they definitely can. A wave of certainty flashed in Gu Hai's eyes as he said. Chen Chonchen looked bewildered, still unable to figure it out. However, Gao Xianzi was extremely trusting of Gu Hai. Helmsman, what do we do? If there are 10,000 people surrounding us, it's definitely not enough. So the first step is to get more people to surround us. The more the better. The safer we are, Gu Hai affirmed. Ugh, Chen Chonchen rolled his eyes as he looked at Gu Hai, wanting to touch Gu Hai's head to see if he was hot.